Alrighty, welcome to the overview of the Mr. Top Tick Discord channel. So the goal today is just to give you a good welcome overview on our Discord channel here, how it works, how to best navigate around what's what, and how to use it best for you. So we've got a few of you on here. If you have some questions, like I said, just let me know, and I'll try to answer those questions. But without further ado, I hope you can see my screen here, and I'm just going to run through again the Discord channel. We're not going to do every single piece, although we'll probably get to 90% of them as we go here. So let's jump in and take a look at what we have here. So when we get into the original starts here, there's a start here section on the left. So when you log into the Mr. Top Tick Income Navigator channel or the Mr. Top Tick channel with active trader as well, there's two different services here. So some of you will see some of the things I'm showing, some of you won't. So try to keep it to a high level, but I'm going to go through the Income Navigator channel with you. There's a start here section on the upper left. So when we get into the start here, obviously terms and conditions, knock yourself out. You can read through those pretty standard terms, little welcome section telling you who's jumped on board. Now, tech support. So tech support's a great area if you are a little bit unsure of, hey, something's not working, something's not displaying correctly, I can't get something to work. Let us know here in tech support. Igor will pretty much take care of anything that you have here. How can I do this, that, or the other thing in tech support? Hopefully that's related more towards the Discord channel from a tech support standpoint. So if you have questions, you can always pop them in there. Igor will get back to you as quickly as possible on there. But really in the main area here to take a look at for many of you is going to be in the getting started section. So getting started, I tried to make this simple for everybody so that you can see what's going on in here, but let's jump into that. So get familiar with the channels available. So what I mean by that is I just want you to start to browse around. What everybody tries to do is, oh, on day one, I got to get in here, I got to start making trades, and I want to get my whatever, monthly subscription out of it, and I got to make a trade. What trades are going on right now? Can I jump into a trade? Don't trade. I'm going to ask you to not trade for a full week or so while you're, once you jump on board. You'll have plenty of time to make plenty of money in the service. Don't trade for a week. Just get familiar with what is what here, who is providing content, where everything is. Get familiar with the channels available. So scroll down the left-hand side. We're going to go through these more in depth, but just get familiar with the channels available. Just browse through them and take in what's being discussed and decide, is that a channel that I want to be in? Is that something that I want to participate in? Do I find anything valuable there? If not, there are so many opportunities to grab great information. Number two here, review the strategy guides here. And we're going to jump down to strategy guides. So where are strategy guides? If you go to the Income Navigator channels on the left here, you're going to see a variety of different things. It's going to go through the top piece here, which is your actual chat. So you have your Income Navigator chat. You've got member trades. You've got the 112 bear traps that Igor does. You've got a smaller account channel. So if your account is 10, 20, 30, 40 grand, something around those lines, great channel for you to be in. We trade specifically in a $10,000, almost $12,000 now account. IRA chat, very similar. If you're looking to trade in an IRA, that's what this channel is for. The Income Navigator chat is for the trading portfolio. Smaller accounts is for obviously $10,000 to $20,000 accounts. IRA chat, we do trade a $200,000 IRA in here that you can follow along with. Zero DTE channel, pretty self-explanatory, zero DTE trades. There's ag futures, there's oil and natural gas futures, there's metal futures. If you're trading futures, you can check those channels out. There's an entire back test channel. We'll get into that. We'll talk more about backtest ideas. There's a Thinkorswim forum. Then you have your strategy guides, the video vault. So the the Income Navigator video vault, which has every video we've done. We're going to get into these more. New broker forum. We're discussing some brokerage items in here. And then down here, you also have our voice channel that you can jump into if we're going to do something live and broadcast that. Okay, so this is everything that you get in the Income Navigator service. Obviously, Active Trader is another service we have. Igor makes trades in there. There's a chat that goes along with that Active Trader trades. Igor shares watch list ideas. The Active Futures chat, primarily Gabe, gets into there and is posting all kinds of great information, levels and such daily. And then on the future trading voice channel here, again, it's part of Active Trader, but Gabe is live there most every morning for hours, just on there showing you what levels he's looking at with his volume profile and his analysis. So really great stuff in Active Trader. Then you have some resources down below. But let's jump into the Income Navigator channels. Right now, I'm going to actually close some of these other things down so that you're not getting too distracted on them. But we want to go to Strategy Guide. So if I click on Strategy Guide, you can see it's white. It's highlighted. That's where I am right now. If something is also white, that means there's an active post in there. So let's look at Strategy Guides. And in Strategy Guides, I would scroll to the top, okay, and you can start to run through these things. So you've got my 2022 trading plan here. You can click on that, open that PDF. You can see my trading plan from last year. You can see my long-term 112 guide here. So this was the original post that I did on why I'm trading the long-term, the LT 112. Here's the video that goes along with that long-term 112 that Igor put out. There's some short put mechanics information here that Igor put into this as a strategy guide. A leap put trade, so how to do the leap put trade that I do is in here, why I do that trade, the background to that. And then just some basic information. So number one, don't copy alerts. So I get it that some of you may have signed up to get alerts, but this is really a knowledge or building channel as much as anything. Yes, we're going to post our trades live. You're going to see me, Gabe, Igor, many other people trading in here. You'll see our trades live, when we're getting in, when we're getting out, and why in many cases. But just don't copy. Make sure that you understand your own trade plan. Okay. So step one, you got to build your own trade plan, and then you got to look at all the different alerts and stuff that's posted in here to see what makes sense for you. And everybody has a different account size, risk tolerance, and goal. Okay. If you've got over $1 million, you may not want to be looking at the small account trades, although there might be great ideas there and you can extrapolate those. But again, don't just grab an alert because it got posted, because some alerts may be for small accounts, some might be for IRAs, and they may not be right for you. Some of you don't have futures ability to trade. All good. Some of you have a $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 account using an IRA. Whatever it is that you're doing, make sure that don't just copy every alert. Figure out why that alert's being made. And your eventual goal here is to try to make the trade before we do. Okay. That shows us that, okay, hey, if I post a trade and I see somebody's post, hey, I just did that trade, that makes me happy. Okay. I want to know that you're learning something, not asking me, okay, what's the DTE on that trade? Okay. Well, the DTE is already in there. You can figure it out on your own, but you should know the strategy and not try to copy my exact trade. So understand the trades first, but number one, build a trade plan. Okay. Organize those trade strategies in order of importance. What strategy is your go-to? What do you want to do here? Scale in so that no strategy exceeds 30% of your buying power. That's part of my trade plan. And then adjust your plan and trades as you go to fit the account size. So there's a really, some of the quick steps to get started here is take that first week to really build your trade plan, or at least have a concept of what you want to do. Don't just grab trades and start going right away. All right, so my tracking sheet is in here too. This is the spreadsheet that I use. You can make your own copy. You can modify it, go from there. You can see what I'm doing. I have made some new modifications. I'll probably post a new one shortly. But it takes me a while to clean everything out of it so I can post a blank one for you. But here's my tracking sheet so you can see what I'm using to track trades. If you want help using a Google Sheet, I find that having a Google Sheet or a tracking sheet is very helpful in journaling my trades. Not that I can't track things in one, which we talk about, which is Options Net Explorer. You can use that. You can be tracking it through your brokerage platform. I like to journal everything this way. It brings it all together for me. So here you can see my 2023 revised trade plan, which includes the delete puts and some new allocations that I'm using. So here's my 2023 trade plan. You can click on that. It'll open the PDF for you, and then you can go ahead and take a look at what I'm doing. But don't just copy my stuff, tweak it for you. Then there's a whole series here on building your own trade plan. So there's a 3-part series that I did on building your trade plan. Part 1 helps you get started developing your trade plan, how to create that trade plan step by step. Then it gets into part 2, where I cover my trading rules more specifically, and guidelines for placing trades. And then there's part 3, which actually goes through most of the core strategies that I'm using in here. We're going to talk about pinned messages in 1 second. I've also got in the strategy guides how to trade the 111. There's a video on that. How to trade the 112, video on that. How to trade strangles on futures, my core strategy on that video. Option trading mistakes to avoid. How to trade weekly strangles. The SPX 112 bear traps that Igor does, how to set those up. And then I just did a new one recently, a couple days ago, on how to manage your own portfolio as if you were a portfolio manager, how I manage my portfolio. Most of these have been pinned. I don't know that this one has here, but we can take a look. But you'll see many of these are pinned to the top. What does pinned mean? Well, if I go up here, there's a little pinned. If I click on pinned messages, anytime something's pinned, we think it's so important that this is what you should look at first. So you may want, if you're something that's pinned, it's something that's important, because some of these channels have a tendency to get a lot of stuff in them. So you may want to look through pinned items and start at the bottom and work your way up, because it's in reverse order of when, it's in order of when they were, reverse order of when they were pinned. Okay, so that's pinned messages there, and you can check those out. All right, so strategy guides is key. Review the trade plan, figure out how to build your own trade plan, go through that 3-part series. Then what I would do is I would hop into the video vault, and I would start taking a look at the videos that are in here. If you want, you can scroll all the way back to the top, and you can start at the very beginnings here with these videos, and you can start watching videos one by one. So some of these things are a little older, some of them are newer, but any of these, you're going to learn something from every single video. Some of these videos are short, they're 30 minutes, some of them are an hour, some go a little bit longer than that. So they can really range in trade. But, how to do the bear trap trades that Igor does. He gives you his complete trade setups, how to track that. I do a live session here. We did a trade plan review, some more bear trap trades, how to adjust those bear traps. Again, whether you're doing this trade or not, follow what Igor is doing. Why is he making adjustments? How is he making adjustments? And why? And what do those adjustments mean to you? And how can you use those in other trades potentially? Understanding how to adjust your trades is critically important. So lots of videos in here that you can go through. I do post daily trade recaps in here. There's portfolio reviews where we go through the Income Navigator portfolio. We go through each trade at the end of every day. If there's closed trades, I will review those trades. We'll pop them in here so you can see what's been closed already. Maybe there's some new trade ideas coming out. Daily trade recap, where I think maybe the market's going, a little market review, some new trades again, daily recap. So, you know, how to put on the rut scaling butterfly. So something that Gabe put together here. The scaling butterfly live session, fantastic trade that Gabe does a lot of now that we took from Igor from a couple of years ago. So Gabe does them. I do a bit of them as well. Here, Gabe is really, really good at these trades. So exactly how to place that trade and how to modify and adjust it as you go. Again, some more daily, weekly trade, recaps, portfolio reviews. All of those things are in here as I go through, and I'm not going to cover each one of them, but I would just get familiar. I've got trading rules in here. There's 17 trading rules that are in my trade plan. I have started doing them one by one. So there's number one. Here's a video on why I'm a premium seller. Another market review with some trade setups. Rule number 2, how to manage your portfolio. Daily recap from earlier this week. Didn't have any close yesterday. And then I did post a new trade rule update yesterday on rule number 3. So Income Navigator Video Vault is where all the videos are kept. So you've got strategy guides, which is specific to strategies. And the video vault is specific to every other video that we've posted. Just get familiar. Take some days to go through these. Like I said, don't make a trade for a week. Get familiar with what's in the video vault after you've been through the strategy guides so that you can get a flavor of what we're doing here and start to move forward. All right. So the next piece from here would be getting into the chat. And this is really where you're going to get a flavor of what we do. You're going to learn to see who's who. But I think you learn a ton from the people here. I think the most valuable asset of everything we do here is not the trades and the alerts and the education that we give. It's what you're getting from all the other members. There are some really smart, great people here. And you want to learn who to pay attention to. But what I ask of everybody, this is important, write this down if you don't have this already. Please don't DM me questions. Okay, I'll deal with it, but I'm probably going to tell you, post that in chat. And the reason I want you to ask questions in chat is there's a lot of great people that are going to give you some really fantastic answers quicker than I am. I am not online, 24 hours a day, but there's always somebody online. Okay. A lot of people here really know their stuff really well and might get you an answer quicker than me. If they don't know it, they won't. But Igor can answer your questions. It's his service. He's an extraordinarily intelligent trader, a really smart guy. Gabe as well, super smart guys. Gary Crosby, smart guy. So as admins, there's lots of us to work from. And then you've got a lot of other traders in here that have been with us for quite a while. And you can certainly learn a lot from those guys. So you'll see Gabe posting in here quite a bit. You'll see myself, and you'll get used to a lot of people posting. So Igor, Gabe, myself are always in here. Somebody's answering a question. So post it in chat so that everyone can learn from them. You'll see lots of great questions will usually spark lots of really great responses. So you can see here, Stas has always been good at helping people out as well. People are asking a question, where do you put your notifications? I don't see those. And then again, you got a member here, and Stas is always really good at trying to help people out. He's telling you exactly where to go and where to look, and he's even diagrammed it out for you himself. So really great people here. Get comfortable in the chat. And see what takes off. So you'll get some really great people responding in here, but you'll see what we're doing. We have a little bit of fun in here as well too. So it's not all business all day long, but you'll see if it's white. There's been some posts in here, maybe because Jeff was asking if we're considering doing a conference here. So we'll see what happens on that. So we're just talking about doing a conference. so there's one question. The fact that I'm going live today, I'm always in my own Zoom room when I'm live. So you guys made it here if you're in here. So we'll try to let you know when I'm going to do something live, or Igor or Gabe or somebody's doing something live, so that you can join. But get familiar with the chat and ask all questions in chat. Don't direct message anybody specifically. All right, so there's the core pieces here. Okay, so number one, get familiar with the strategy guides. Number two, go through the video vault, start watching videos on trades or recaps and some of the trade styles and things that we do to get familiar. Make sure you're in the chat, participating, asking questions there. Okay, this is getting you up to speed. Okay, then what you're going to see is you're going to start to see trades being posted. Follow along for the first week, see what we're doing and why we're doing it. So up here, you've got IN mod trade alerts. So the Income Navigator moderator trade alerts. This is Igor, myself, Gabe, Dennis does post some things. He's winding things down as well. And then you've got Jason here posting his trades in the Option Growth Trader. So there's a good handful of people posting trades. Don't just grab them all, but take a look at what they're doing. So if we look at Igor's Trades, you can see all the different trades that Igor has been putting on. This last one, 18 hours ago, put a bear trap on. If you click on that, you can read exactly what what Igor was doing here. He's letting you know SPX was at 44.40 when this trade was put on the 5th. It's a 50 wide put debit spread financed by an out of money short put. So this is that trade. Okay, so this is the trade that he's putting on. This is his 112 bear trap trade. He's doing it in SPX. He's got a much larger account. Really great opportunity here to learn as he walks through these trades and adjusts them. You'll notice too here that we have typically tagged most of these videos as well with these different tags up here so that you can see, okay, this one was a winner. This one's a closed trade. So this one's already been closed. A SPY short put. This one's a bear trap, ended up being a winner. It's a closed trade. So you can see what's open and what's closed. You can filter by these tabs as you search through. So if I want to take a look at potentially just bear trap trades, I can click on that and just see only the bear trap trades. If I want to see short SPY put trades, I can click on that and only see his short SPY put trades. If nothing's selected of these tabs, I see them all. He's got a whale trap trade that he's working on. So this is a 111 trade where he's created a really large trap, and he wants to create this giant trap that's closer to the money to see if we can trap the bears or the market into this position. He's letting you know where he's filled it. He's letting you know if there's any adjustments to this. He's adding tranches to the core position, what those tranches look like, how he's doing those tranches in here as well. Okay, and then you can take a look at some of the other things that he's posting. So as he adjusts these trades, that's what we're putting in these comments and in these threads underneath each trade. So you've got Igor's Trades there. You've got Gabe's trades here, like the rut scaling flies. You can follow along with those and see. Here's one where the trade's closed, but you can go back and follow along everything he's doing as he adjusts it so that you can learn as you go. Or if you're not in the trade, you can go and look at these trades and figure out exactly what he was doing in that particular trade. Captain D, Dennis, he does some great retiree account type trading, dividend capture strategy he's doing. He just did a buy right here on CC. You can watch his trades. If you look at the Option Growth Trader trades, Jason posts trade ideas every week, okay? And he primarily is doing short puts, naked puts on most things, sometimes some naked calls. And then you can see the active trades. So he's posting his trades as he's going to get in. So let's take a look at today. If it's a lunch money trade he's doing, which is a low credit trade, that's usually very short term. What's he getting in that trade? So you put that trade on. When does he take that off? He's telling you whether he's buying to open or he's closing, and you can interact with it as well. So please post your questions in here. He's going to answer your questions for you as well. So let's look at some of my trades that I have in here. You can see 3 of my trades now are in white, which means there's somebody asking some questions on those. And number 1 means probably nobody's responded yet. So let's take a look at this strangle. So this is an October 17th strangle that I put on. And you can see by these 2 pieces here, I probably should turn on the annotation tool maybe in here if it helps you guys see what's going on. But right now I've got the mouse. Let's see, spotlight tool. I don't know. So you can see right here is the fact that this is an IRA trade, and I used the 90-day strangle methodology for this trade. So would you want to do this in a small account? Probably not. Now, you can modify it for a small account if you understand the strategies involved, but this trade was built for an IRA. It's a 90-day strangle, and I had to go out 102 days. Okay, so here's the trade. It's an oil futures strangle. And I tell you, it's a new strangle in the IRA at 120 days. Boom. Now, you don't need to post the fact that you got into each trade. Okay, really, you want to keep these channels pretty clear so that you can people can ask questions, or we can post updates, and it doesn't get cluttered with everybody posting their trade. Okay, there is an entire section down here called Member Trades. You can post your trades in here and interact with people in the Member Trades. What I ask you to do is, in most of these, try not to post your trade. Now, if you have questions on it, you can, like here is one from Joseph. So here it's a great question. 102 days is November 23rd because he's using TOS. That's why I post the DTE, because my day is the actual day of expiration, not the month and the year. On TOS, it's November 23rd is the month and the year. On Tasty, when I'm posting this, I'm giving you the day and the month. Okay, but I am giving you the DTE so that when you do go into TOS, you simply look for the DTE. And here's a great example from Texan Crypto here. He's letting you know to just follow the DTE. So again, you do have members that are going to help you with that on here. So here's a good question. You have good to orders close after you open. I would respond to that saying, yes, I do. So as soon as I open the strangles, I place a GTC at 50%. Okay, so again, we don't need you to necessarily post the fact that you got in the trade. Save that for members, the members trades channel, but certainly ask questions on each trade. Here's another one. Okay, in this case, this is a 90-day strangle in a small account. Now, this one was a low delta strangle. Okay, I'm still closing at 50%, but yes, it's a low credit. Why? So great question. Why did I do that? Well, I did that because I had to go low delta to fit the BP and under my salary cap, my buying power cap that I have. I can't go with a standard type of strangle because it would be using up too much buying power in that account because it's a small account. So I went smaller. He's going for a little bit more credit. That's fine. Again, you don't necessarily have to post them here. You can post your versions or your trades in Member Trades, but it's a great question to ask here so that other people can learn from this post. And here's another post that's got somebody asked a question on it. So as I go through here, this was a long-term 112 trade that I did. Again, you don't have to give me your trades. But here's a great example from Eddie, who's been a member here for quite a while. Must be doing something right. I'd already entered his exact trade 7 days before me. Okay, so again, he is already educated himself and is trading his own plan now. He's not waiting for my alerts. He's not wondering, well, you didn't give me the actual DTE on this. Well, if it's October 31st is the date, you can figure out how many days from today October 31st is. But again, it was 120 days from there. He's already got it. He already knows what the strategy is, and he's already on it. And I even put that. The goal is here to trade before I do. All right, so let's see down in here. Last question. Tasty Trade says I have to leg into this trade. Yes, you have to leg into. Yes, you have to leg into all 112 trades on TT. I do the PDS and naked puts as 2 separate trades. All right. So there you go. So perfect example of ask questions about the trades. Don't be shy to ask questions. Sometimes others will answer before I can. Sometimes I'll answer. Okay? But it gives you a great chance to understand the trade. So again, if you can, review some of the trades. Look what Gabe's doing. Look what Igor's doing. You may love this scaling butterfly. You may love some of the broken wing butterflies that Gabe does. He's fantastic. So super smart guy, really knows his stuff. You may really like some of what he's doing and less of some of the things I'm doing. Okay? You may really like the way Igor lays out some of his particular trades. You may like this whale trap trade idea. Okay? Check out what everybody's doing. He's also doing SPY naked puts every Monday, Wednesday, Friday on this. You can see what he's doing in those SPY naked puts. If you short by that, you can click on the trade and see what it, look at all of the different trades he's done. You can see which ones are open still and which ones are closed. Same thing with my trades. As you go through these trades, I'm telling you what's open and what's closed. Okay? If you don't want to see a closed trade, you can you can look for just open trades only, or you can just look for, hey, I just only want to see closed trades, and go review some older trades and see maybe what happened with those trades, good or bad in there. I can sort by just the trades in the small account only. I can sort for trades in the IRA only. I can sort for trades that are in the Income Navigator trading and only. So I can have just all of those trades. And if I just want to see weekly strangles, okay, I can just see those if I want. If I want to see something else in that trade, okay, maybe I want to see just weekly strangles on ES. Maybe I want to see just the GC weekly strangles to see how those are going. You can look at just the long-term 112 trades. Okay, now you're getting IRAs and IN trades here, so I just want to see the IN trade necessarily. Should have taken that one out. Not sure why that's popping in there, but anyway, you can see those particular trades, use those as, or I can search for a particular trade. If I just want to see trades on GC, I can have it just search for anything with GC in there. So you can do a search. Maybe you saw me do a trade way back here using the 4,300, 4,250 strike. So maybe this trade you put on this same trade. That was a long time ago. I have no idea where that trade is now. Just search for it. So just put, my easiest way is I just usually, and this is what I have to do as well. I just put in the actual strikes and it pulls up my trade. So I do that because today, and we're getting about 35 minutes in, so I don't want to go too much longer. But if I'm closing a trade, let's say I have a trade on right now, which is a big ass 112 trade. So it's the big trade and it's in NASDAQ, NQ futures. I can post in from my spreadsheet or from my trade tracker, I'm posting in the exact strikes and there it is. So I can pull it up, okay? and I can go down, and this is where I will then post the closing or adjustments or anything that I might do on that particular trade. Then once I'm done with that, I'll actually go and edit the tag, and I'll select closed on that particular one. So I will edit my tags on that. This tag was in the Income Navigator account, so I must not have put that on. I don't have really a key for the big ass 112 trade, but at least that tab is in there. So I'm pretty good about putting closed on them, so you can sort or filter through any of these tags that you want. All right, so there's how to track through alerts. Again, my suggestion is take a look, get comfortable with the different alerts, trades, read through those. Again, you don't have to post the fact that you actually filled it here. You can post your own trades somewhere else and keep this cleaner for questions, but ask questions on every trade. If you don't understand it, either ask in the trade thread here or ask in the channel, the chat channel here, okay? And again, focus on the DTE if you're on TOS or Interactive Brokers. Focus on the DTE that I'm giving you, not the date. Okay, I tell you how many days till expiration of the initial trade. Okay, focus on that. Look that up on your platform here. Okay, so that you can see exactly where that trade is. It'll help you guys out a lot. All right, so learn the strategies that work for you. Build your own trading style according to your account. Okay, and then start, as I mentioned, going through the different types of trades here. If you really like zero DTE, you can jump into that particular piece here. If you want it, if you're trading some of the ag futures, I do discuss or post things about ag in here, or maybe we get into some different things about oil, gas, natural gas, what have you, if you're trading the futures in those accounts. So you can jump through these. And then lastly, I know I may not have hit everything here, but the backtest channel has a lot of different backtests. Most of these are 0 DTE and 1 DTE posts that maybe we or members have done. So if you want to look at the 1 DTE iron fly trade, you can go through, you can look at my backtests on that particular trade. I actually share the test so you can modify it. You can ask on how we put it on. Maybe we find a different way to do it. Maybe I find a better way to do it. As we tweak through these, maybe somebody else, Eddie here, finds a better way to do it. So he might run the test on his own. So a lot of things have been back tested here. Not everything that we do is in here, but here's that 12 Delta weekly SPY puts. This is how I came up with that trade. It started on it as a 7 Delta trade. Okay, it was a great trade. 7 Delta, 10 Delta gets you closer to 38% return, and then a 12 Delta got me to a 43% annual return with no losses in the last 3 years on that trade. Okay, so this is where I back tested it, came up with a trade, modified it again, and then that's kind of where that trade stuck from. And then others have jumped in here with some different questions, maybe some different trades, and maybe they've made some modifications themselves as well. So you can see all the different back testing on some of the trades that have gone on here. So if you really want to get lost in that stuff, you certainly can, and you can see where things are. All right, so there's a great recap of hopefully the Income Navigator channel. If you can, go to Getting Started, start with the strategy guides, watch the Build Your Trade Plan series, watch the videos in the vault, the Income Navigator video vault, get active in chat by asking questions in chat, and don't ask questions per DM, okay? Because that doesn't help anybody else, and I can't keep up with hundreds of DMs, okay? Chat will get you a fast response from an intelligent person quickly. And usually Igor, myself, Gabe, Gary, and lots of the other veterans in here will post in there as well. Take it all in first. Don't just follow alerts. Create stuff to your trade style. If you've got a question, pop it in chat. We'll try to help you out. We'll get you there. We want you to be successful. And then again, make sure you check out the pinned messages because we know that those are important messages that we've posted, important enough to keep a hold of those so they're easy to get to. I hope this was helpful for you. We'll see you guys in the chat. Successful trading to everybody. We'll talk to you later. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.